Start by talking to the Radiant Scout. Shadow Pass. Something has this Radiant Scout unnerved. Mistress Patios. You couldn't have appeared at a better time. I immediately chased it down after the intent of eliminating it, but something about it struck me as odd. For once, it made no move to defend itself, but simply sat there, jiggling. Which is why, against my better judgment, I decided to capture it instead. Having traveled over to the void, I dare say you have considerable knowledge of its deadnesses. If you have a moment, might I trouble you for your opinion on the creature's behavior? Yeah, sure. I'm truly grateful. Now, if you would follow me, the creature is being held in the Hall of the Radiant Host. Here it is. Surprisingly docile even when I captured it. There have been no reports of attacks prior to that. Even so, it's the nature of the Void Sense to prey on people if for their Aether. Perhaps it's biding its time, waiting to carry out some manner of scheme. I remember you. Yes, you were at Troya. Please, you must help me. What do you need help with? Oh, you do understand me. I understand the mortal tongue well enough, but I don't have a mouth to produce the sounds. It's been a struggle to convey my thoughts. But not anymore. You can help me. Yes, you can. You can converse with the Void Scent? Amazing. Could you ask it why it came here? When you and yours stormed the castle, I was caught up in the fighting and died. In time I returned, but I tired of fighting, so I fled, using the gate to your world. Having just so been reborn, however, my essence hadn't fully bound together yet, and so when I emerged from the gate, it was as several sundered selves. Frightened and confused, they scattered. Following the trail led me here, my diminutive size allowing me to remain largely unseen. But by the same token, I can do little more than sneak around. Each of us was weak and powerless. That's why we consumed one another in the first place. Together we were strong. I want you to help me find all of me so that I can be whole again. You wish to strike a bargain, then? Yes, I would. To be whole again and live in this world, I would strike 1,000 bargains. We still remember the past, you see. Still remember when we were mortals. We'd long to have that life again. We need your help, starting by reuniting us. We won't try to devour anyone, even when we're whole, I swear. You wish to learn more about the Void, yes? There's much we can teach you. About those who rule its domain, about their past. Find the others, and they'll tell you all they know. No eating, no tricks. Do we have a bargain? So it crossed to our world to escape conflict, and now searches for the rest of it itself. I understand voidsents are quite reliable when it comes to fulfilling a pact, and I dare say having one as an ally would benefit our research. Very well. If you'd be so kind as to search for its kin, I will consult with my superiors on how best to deal with them. By that, I take it we have a bargain. Good, good. I sense 4 others close by. When you find them, you need only point them in this direction. Once they sense my presence, I can guide them the rest of the way. Oh, one of them here. Hello. Is that I asked you to search for me in exchange for knowledge about the powerful voidsent? I was still wanted to see this and that, but I suppose a deal's a deal. These men over there, soldiers are they not? We used to have soldiers in our world too. There were lots of them during the Contra Memoria. Back from Weaver's Warring, are you? I hear you fought well against the voidsent that slipped true. Come now, I merely did my duty. Haven't we all sworn to protect our nation, no matter the cost? Protect our nation? How familiar, those words. Where was it that I heard them? The garrison was made up of ordinary soldiers, men and women with no remarkable abilities, but led by their valiant commander. They fought bravely and desperately. The garrison was made up of ordinary soldiers with no remarkable abilities, but led by their valiant commanders. Yeah. They had to last until the Memoria arrived. The commander told them needed to hold out no matter the cost. Memoria did eventually arrive, but not soon enough for the soldiers. Having struck down the Eidolon, and the Memoria and his servants searched the castle for survivors. They found only the dead. But just when they had given up all hope, a faint groaning reached their ears. They rushed over to the sound and cleared away debris. They found a lone survivor, the garrison commander. Instead of joy, however, the sight of the man filled them with anger. Your soldiers are slaughtered to a man, yet there's barely a scratch on you. What's the meaning of this? The Eidolon was savage but mindless. It was a simple thing to hide myself beneath the fallen debris. Hide. As commander, you had a duty to your men. You're supposed to put their lives before your own. Spare me. My duty was to ensure the fortress stood, and it did. Besides, my death would have achieved nothing. Honor be damned. No, I'm sworn to protect our nation. To do that, I must live. It isn't my fate to fall here. It isn't your fate, you say? Is he? You are unconscious. Come, let us bury the soldiers and the commander with him. Fate shall decide what becomes of him, whether he lives or dies. Very well, my lord. Okay, this is kinda dark. I must live, the man said. I can't die, I must live, the man is said to have declared. The people taught him a demon, a dissolve horror, muttering curses as he wandered off to regions unknown. Scarmiglione, they called him. Oh wait, isn't that the person we just killed? Yeah, that's the archfiend we just destroyed, right? Scarmiglione? That's the archfiend we just defeated at the castle. A name befitting his newfound grisly visage. A name befitting a monster. We thought we buried him deep, but a mortal's desire to live is not to be underestimated. You're mortal, so I expect you understand that desire. Well, that concludes my tale. I had best rejoin my cells, if you'll excuse me. So he's the one that killed Scarmiglione? Well, tried to kill Scarmiglione, but Scarmiglione refused to die, right? Interesting. So the other one is over there. Okay. I'm gonna teleport to Kama. Oh, there's the next one. My other self grows lonely, you say? My apologies, it was my intent to seek out the others, but I was distracted by the bickering of a pair of mortals. My goodness, there's been some colorful language. To hells of your father, you shouldn't need his permission just to leave the goddamn house. Please, mind your language. What would father say if he were to hear you? It's always father this, father that. I'm with you. I'm sick of it. You're your own woman now. Bloody act like one for a change. Colorful language, yes? Not from the girl, though. Oh no, she appears to be quite well bred. I just hope she's happier than the girl I knew long ago. Flashback? That girl was born into a family of thugs who suddenly found themselves in nobility. She was raised as a noblewoman and had servants tending to every need, but in the end, she was merely a beautiful bird kept in a gilded cage. Wanting her to be a proper lady, her parents presided over all aspects of her life. They decided everything for her, telling her what to say and do. Chafing from the feathers of her restrictive life, she solicited her handmaiden's aid and stole outside the manor, where she enjoyed a moment of bliss unbeknownst to her parents, or so she thought. It was not long before her father dragged her back to her room, barring the door and windows, denying her even the simple pleasure of an afternoon breeze. Even a bird in a cage may chirp freely, but she wasn't even suffered to give her voice to her desire. But she wouldn't be deterred. Having once tasted sweet freedom, she yearned for more, and one day, she succeeded in sneaking out of the manor a second time. You're late. I was beginning to think you wouldn't come. Oh, if you're expecting your friends, I'm afraid they're not coming. Father, what do you mean they're not coming? I had known that some miscreants were cavorting in these parts. The thing that they dared to consort with my daughter. Well, you needn't worry about them anymore. They're food for the fishes now. Oh, her dad killed them. Okay, I see. I see what happened. Her dad killed her friends. How could you do this, Father? Why must you torment me so? Know your place, girl. You are means to for your own family to gain influence, and I won't have you sullying yourself with riffraff. Pick up the axe. It's right there. Pick it up. You will not leave your chambers, save with my permission, nor will you disobey me again. If you do so, there will be severe consequences. Am I understood? I said, am I understood? To hell with you. What did you say? Yeah, she picked up the axe. Exactly what I was thinking. I said go to hell. Oh, to think that it could be so exhilarating to speak my mind, to do as I please. No more living in a cage. Far from this moment on, I am free, free as the wind. The young woman struck down her own. In her travels discovered her true calling, not in the halls of the lords and ladies, but on the battlefield. She became a force of nature, famed for her striking beauty, which belied a terrible savagery. And with this new life, she also claimed the name of Babarisha. Hey, isn't that the boss we just defeated yesterday? Yeah, Babarisha, that's the boss we just defeated yesterday. Indeed, she found her true freedom, but she did also find happiness. I wonder. I suppose I'll never know. Or does it matter? For the world I once was is no more. Oh, but goodness me, I had better rejoin the others. Search for the other hecties. Where's the other ones? Oh, there's one right here by the airship landing. Wait, is my hide thing? There we go. Yeah, hide my weapon, yes. Unsheathed. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Ooh, and where is this? Oh, a nightclub, eh? Okay. Hey Zero, how you doing? The way the sky changes color with the passage of time, it's probably a mundane thing to you, but to me, it's a marvel. I dare say I won't soon grow bored of this world. Oh, what a refreshing breeze. To return to the others. Ah, but they should come here. But you look at this beautiful, boundless sky. Mortals take to their air from here, do they not? But that I had wings to soar among the clouds myself. But we, void sense, not wont to roam, you see. The mightiest among us carve out domains, while the rest labor to stay in their good graces. Now, the master of a domain seldom ventures outside, for it is in one's territory that one is strongest. For some, however, such confinement proved trying, as was the case for a certain voidsent I knew. I speak of this free-spirited terror, Babarisha. When she first established her domain, she... Oh yeah, that's the girl we were talking about earlier, right? Yeah. She whiled away the days waiting for her minions to bring her her prey. Yeah, that's after she became an archfiend. The Aether amassed from these offerings were devoted to the singular pleasure of caring for her silky flowing locks, but the resources of her domain were not without their limits. It was only when none remained to oppose her that she realized she was a prisoner in her own domain, and unless she broke free, she would inevitably wither away alone. Not knowing what to do, she had fallen to the depths of despair when the hand of salvation came to pull her out. At this rate, my precious hair will frazzle and fray, had I only the strength to leave my domain. If strength is your desire, that is easily granted. Who are you? Ah, so much power surging through me. And what will you do with it? What is your desire? What a desire is. You would move your very domain. Impressive. That I can do such thing. What have you done to me? I granted you Aether, nothing more. It was your will that made it possible. My will? Even so, no matter where you should go, there's naught but darkness. What could your destination possibly be? Destination? I have no need for such. I wish but to be free, like the wind. In the world that has met its end, rare indeed it is the soul who desires freedom. So ardently, that she could will her very own domain to move. Recognizing this quality, the knight would grant her more power and a place of command in his mighty army. Yeah, this is when she met Golbez. Yeah, this is when she met Golbez. A story worthy of our bargain, I trust. I might have had more to tell had I not fallen off her domain. It seems you mortals also have a fondness for flying. I'd certainly like to try riding one of these airships of yours. Perhaps another time. My other selves will be a blubbering mess if I don't hurry and rejoin them. Roaring Hepti. So the other one is on over there, right? Okay, gotta go to the bar. Nope, that's Meride. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's hiding under the table. This is where mortals consume Aether. Dreading loneliness more than hunger. How very like me. If you don't mind, though, I'd like to observe the mortals a while longer. The food here is simply sublime. Why, I feel stronger with every bite, as if the Migrat themselves were granting me their blessing. The food is tasty, that's true enough, but no food is so sublime as to be substitute for proper training, my friend. Stronger with every bite, every feed. For my part of the bargain, I will tell you about how we void sense become strong. Simply put, it depends on the quality and the quantity of the Aether we harbor. When the world was consumed by darkness, the heroes known as Memoriads arose as powerful voidsent. In contrast, the vast majority of mortals, powerless and unremarkable as they were, became ordinary voidsent like me. They were exceptions, of course, but one in particular I never forget. Scarmiglione never had I seen a voidsent so craven. Even when pushed to the brink of starvation, he would prey only on those weaker than himself. He subsisted on scant leavings and lived in constant fear and hunger. In the face of danger, a voidsent stronger than himself, fleeing was the only option. But a day came when he found his way barred. How pitiful. Such overwhelming Aether. Who is this? You fled instead of facing your foe. Why? Why? Too weak, why else? I would have been devoured. So had you enough strength, you would have stood your ground. Very well then. What's happening? Yes, I feel it. The power swelling within me. Lo, your foe returns. Yes, what have you done to me? I granted you but a sliver of Aether. 'Twas of the power you already possessed that you defeated your foe. I possess this power? Fear had clouded your eyes, blinded you to the strength you had attained feeding on the weak. If you would free yourself from fear, then join me. You shall have greater cause to live for, and know true power. Curious how in the world without death, the fear of it could be the key to great strength. The knight recognizes the void sense potential, and thus did he take him into his service. Determined as he is to live, it wouldn't surprise me if he were still somewhere out there. He'd be even more powerful now, I expect, from all the devouring he would have done since. Unlike your world, eating actually makes you stronger in hours. Well, I must be going. The others are waiting. You have found the last of the Void Scent. Time to head back to the Hall of the Radiant Hosts. Thank you for finding me. I hope the knowledge I had to share was worthy of our agreement. How did you come to know about the Archfiends? My outer selves lived quite desperate lives, both as mortals and Void Scent. I suppose it is rather fortuitous that they cross paths with such powerful Void Scent. But more importantly, what they could offer was worthy of our bargain. For that I am glad. All that remains now is for us to rejoin and become whole again. Is this not all of me? Huh? There can be no other explanation. There's still more of me lost out there somewhere. But I don't sense them. Where could they have gone? You mean there's more of them wandering around? By the sisters. At the very least, if what you say is true, they pose no threat to the people. Until the others can be found, we will keep these 5 under our great care. They'll probably be next batch or something. Should I sense the others nearby, I hope we can count on you to find them too. Shadowed pasts. Completed Shadowed Past. I don't think there's any more side quests around here. That's level 90. No, those are the optional level 80 stuff. Yeah. So let's go to Old Charlian. See what else we can do there. Good gods, a battle in the void? You certainly wasted no time seeking out newfound adventure. By all means, regale me with that thrilling detail. A world without death, where the strong devour the weak. And a woman touched by darkness who possessed the power to seal a void scent. Fascinating stuff indeed. But this archfiend, Paparicia, as cruel as she is ravishing. Though she is fearsome enough by your account, I cannot help but wonder What if she had devoured more of the great worm's ether? How terribly bright might her soul have shone then? Yes, they come to me, the beginnings of a new verse. Pray listen, if you will. In armor black, from shadowed lair, the knight with his steely voice declared, a dragon's freedom he still, victories in his crusade to steal. Wind made flesh, the archfiend fair, her pride, her long and lustrous hair, on dragon's soul she feasted well, a tempest freed to toll the knell. Fighting to devour, devouring to fight. Should the day come when this wheel is broken, would a voice then greet her with a wail of anguish, or would she heave a sigh of relief? Whichever it may be, it is ironic to think that a soul who had wrought freedom for so long should end up being a prisoned cold crystal. Thus I would sing of that final battle, for in that lightless world, it is such a moment I believe that their lives shine the brightest. We unlocked an extreme difficulty for that. That was our trial, right? Yeah. We unlocked the extreme difficulty for Storm's Crawl, which is pretty interesting. Oh no, we don't have it, right? Oh, it's in the high-end duty, that's right. Yeah, there it is. I don't have high enough item level anyways to do it, so... Alright, let's talk to whoever that is who wants Sanctuary. Clueless crier employed by Cactuar boutique inexplicably does not recognize you. Good morrow to you, my lady. Come to see Cactuar's boutique in the flesh, no doubt. Why interest you in one of our world-famous silk socks? They're so comfortable, you won't even realize you're wearing them. Is that your acquaintance of the proprietress? Heavens, you're the Patios? Mr. Cactuar had told me about you. Come to think of it, I was to inform her immediately if you happened to stop by. Please wait just a moment, I'll go and fetch her immediately. Ah, there you are, Patios. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Business is booming and I can hardly keep up. Not that I'm complaining. Our connection across the star are already paying dividends. But I'm sure you're wondering why I wish to speak with you. I have a surprise gift for you. A gift, in fact. A gorgeous exclusive and above all, properly registered. I have an island for you. An island sanctuary. What? You heard that right. Cactuar. And present to you, your very own island. You got me an island? I know you will be tempted to demur with, are you certain, or are you far too kind? Quite certain, yes. But I hope you can accept this gift in the spirit of friendship. I've seen the weight of the burdens you carry firsthand. You rose to become the champion of Uriza, and now a hero known across the star and beyond, which leaves very few places where you might be free, and free of duty and expectation. As I considered where you might find such an oasis, an idea washed over me like an overcoming tide. The sea, an island paradise, if not but serenity. Even you should be free to relax. So what you say? 1,000 times yes? It's as do as you read my mind. Oh my, clairvoyant, didn't you? Bye-bye. I see great fortune in the immediate future. Truly, there's no time like the present to be on our way. Make for the Morabai dry docks. Look for Balden, a skipper near the Aether. He should be expecting us. Are you? The little mistress told me to expect ye. Said she'd be along shortly yourself, but I speak at O Devil. But as I thought I'd dress light for our voyage, given the notorious humidity of the Southern Isle. I trust everything's in order, Baldwin. Just give me a holler when you're ready to set sail. You've nothing to fear where we're going, not since any marauder with an ounce of sense in them hung up their axe. This old island sanctuary business came about from the Admiral reckoning. We need something to do now that piracy's off the table. Matter of fact, just look at me, a bloody stand-up citizen ferrying folks around. You're packed rather light for a venture of this sort. You do realize you're responsible for bringing your own tools and supplies. Not to worry, we'll procure everything there. You'll what now? How in the hell did you plan to do that? Well, I have a little something in mind. Let's just say the idea was good enough to land us our permit. Is that so? Well, best of luck to you both. I'm sure you're just itching to see your new domain, so I'll fill you on all the juicy details once we arrive. Make your preparations. We leave port the moment you give the word. I'll be waiting for you on the ferry. Island Sanctuary now accessible. Ah, there. Where can I take you? Child of my island. Look on the horizon. Beautiful, isn't it? There's nothing like a sea voyage to rekindle the adventuring spirit. So what do you think? This untamed isle is yours to cultivate, yes? As you see fit. Or not, as it were. If nothing else, think of it as your personal hideaway, a not-so-secret one. Yeah, it's a pretty big island. You gave me all of that? Seriously? The refreshing cares of the wind, the soothing whispers of the waves. How liberating, I admit. I've been looking forward to joining you here. Now this may come as a bit of a surprise, but this isle was commandeered by a band of pirates and used as a supply base. Fortunately for us, the group disbanded years ago, and the isle has since largely returned to its normal state. As you know all too well, Merlin has never been one to sit around idly. She's had her eyes on the Ceadalis, formerly plans for island settlements for years. Now that a sense of peace has settled throughout the realm, she finally decided to put those plans into motion. A chosen few have been permitted to become keepers of private islands in the vast archipelago, and you're one of them. My industrious idea of procuring all materials needed to settle here locally struck a chord with the Admiral when she read my proposal, so much so that she was happy to grant me my deed. You'll be handling said procurement, I hope? Oh, I'll show you a thing or two about starting an enterprises of this magnitude, but I have something better in mind. I shall happily introduce you in just a moment. You'll need to follow me toward the charming little clearing I've designed as your base of operation. If we simply chamber up that slope ahead and proceed along the path, we should soon bump into, well, you'll see. Now let me introduce you to the Felicius Furball, the leader of your team of helpers. Well, if it isn't the owner herself, it shall be my pleasure to advise you whether you desire it or not. Oh yes, I think we'll get along just fine. In addition to our feline friend here, I took the liberty of preparing a variety of other mammoths to assist with construction and development of the isle. You'll be pleased to know they are the latest and greatest models developed by one of the most brilliant minds in Charlian. I heard that a professor at the studium was searching for a means to make use of his advanced automata. To make a long story short, I made him an offer he couldn't refuse, and managed to acquire all of them for the unbeatable price of free. As I understand, the mammoths were produced in secret whilst the firm formulated plans for the mass exodus, intended to be used as laborers on distant stars to help in construction a new home for the people of Aether. It seems all the reason for their existence vanished when the threat to our star was erased. Well, yeah, we saved the world, that makes sense. As you can imagine, the professor was quite conflicted over what to do with the remains, what will have been his life's work. But after some negotiation, I convinced him to entrust them to us on the condition we shared the data from the development of the isle. Further, while I know it sounds like an ordeal and have to procure all necessities from the land itself, there's ample practical justification for such experimentation. You see, the Admiral's vision is for the people from all walks of life to have access to these islands, and in my idea might just be the most effective way to accomplish that. If one has the capital at hand to purchase the materials and equipment needed for such a bold endeavor, it is a simple matter to subsist safely and comfortably in a remote location, but that limits potential isle keeps to a paltry few. What of those without such funds, who simply wish to enjoy nature and live off the land? We must prove that such a feat is possible, and assist in providing these would-be isle keeps, with the knowledge they had need to succeed. Only then will these islands truly be sanctuaries. Fret not, Mistress Tataru, with authentic Charlie and Junzi know how it might claw tips this simple-minded excuse me, despite the enhancement in vocal organ design, the mechanism still gets stuck from time to time. Goodness, that's a relief, but I should leave you to get properly acquainted. I'll return to see the fruits of your partnership when they're ripe for the picking. For now, enjoy your own personal paradise. Cultivate the land or explore it, choice is yours. Yes, welcome to the island. Give me the word when you've finished ogling the surroundings. I'd prefer not to get on with this sordid business sooner than later. I should also very much like to discuss the matter of payment. Able to visit the island sanctuary if the owner has forbidden access. Furthermore, you must be on an acquaintance homeworld if you wish to visit her island. You may invite party members, free company, or friends to visit your island once it has reached a certain stage of development. Come to your new home in the southern seas, your own personal island sanctuary. Explore the wilds, build landmarks, grow crops, tend to animals, enjoy everything this slice of paradise has to offer. No class or job restrictions. Adventurers all nation can enjoy island sanctuary, regardless of crafting or gathering experience. Come as you are. Accumulate island experience by engaging activities on your island to increase your sanctuary rank. As the sanctuary increase, so too will the facets of life. Realize visions for your newfound sanctuary. Simple steps and okay. Yes. Now listen, I call you patios. Well, anyway, before we get started, I want to make it clear, while you may be the owner, I command the mammoths, and as such I demand a considerable sum. I would hate for us to get off on the wrong foot. That's all. Beyond this slope lies a clearing that Mistress Tataru believed would serve well as a base of operation. A fine place to set up shop, would you not agree? Yes, I think it will do nicely. Now, with it as much potential, this clearing is currently as bare as white baboon's buttocks. We need some form of shelter from the elements, if we're lucky to make something of the place. Mistress Tataru has told me of your exploits, and I think it's safe to assume chopping down a tree with your bare hand is outside of your repertoire. That I would ask you to even if you could. You need tools for delicate work of this nature. As such, the first order of business would be to craft yourself a hatchet and lead to tree palm leaves and 2 stones. Follow east along the path and make your first foray into the wilderness to procure them. Should you get any funny ideas about exploring the isle and not to leave me out here to waste any rain, you will find my twin, the furious furball, waiting here for you instead. Before you go, I have something for you. It's called the Isle Keeps Index. It's to help you keep track of your projects here on the island. Can't have you running around watering mammoths instead of plants. That should be all for now. I'll be waiting for you here. If I've disappeared, it's because I've been mauled by a wild animal. to look for them at the pond in the stream. Okay, let's go there then. Oh wow, this place looks amazing. Oh, my first gathering. In Sanctuaries, it looks pretty cool. Reminds me of Harvest Moon or Animal Crossing. It's pretty relaxing, that's for sure. Just need to collect more items, and we should be good. A lot of stuff to collect around this part. The music, the ambient music here is amazing. Excellent, you've collected everything. You can move on to crafting your very first tool, a hatchet. While you were out gathering, you could do a little more than scavenge the odd branch here and there from trees, yes? Well, that will all change in just a moment. With that hatchet in hand, you may hack away as many trees as you like to secure raw timber and tree sap. The brilliance of the hatchet, the design of my own making, mind you, is that even a non-mammoth like yourself can craft it. I've uploaded the blueprints to your index. Go on then. Yes, that is indeed a hatchet. With it, you can now collect all the logs you could ever want. Let's move on to the next phase, shelter. That hatchet of yours should be able to cut through even the thickest bark of palm tree, meaning you can now collect palm logs, material vital to our soon-to-be-built haven. The first building we make shall naturally be the most important, as it will be the very first foundation of our base. Want me to go pick up logs? My poor back. Good. I'm due for a healthy amount of grease after the ordeal. Anyway. I've prepared the land. You'll need to prepare the rest. Check the log board beside me to review the materials needed. As we're building a cabin this time, and not a tool, the amount of materials required are a magnitude above what was needed. Take your time, if you must, but not too much. In the meantime, we'll round up the other mammoths in preparation for construction of the cabin and begin ordering them around. Begin construction then. Construct a cozy cabin. Yeah, I need to get items. Okay. Let's go gather more materials then. construct a cozy. There we go. Cozy cabin. We got a cabin. Did some farming, and now we're getting a cabin. My place to escape the occasional downpour. It's a bit rough around the edges, I'll give you, but it's home. Technically your home. I will get fussy with the details first. Rest your head on the code. Call your friends over. You're free to use it as you wish. I've taken the route of calling a few of my own friends over, in fact. I think you'll find them most charming. You may access the orchestron to play your favorite tunes and exchange various items. Merchant stationed inside the cozy cabin. As development of your island progresses, you will earn two types of cowries. Seafarer's cars can be earned by realizing visions, developing the island, and performing various activities. Islander cows can be earned by selling materials in your Eastland inventory to the enterprising exporter. You may now visit your island, decide who or may not enter your sanctuary by accessing sanctuary settings from the island gateway. Do see the cozy cabin for yourself. That's pretty cozy, that's for sure. Orchestron scroll. This is the music, right? I can choose whichever music I want. Interesting. I've unlocked a couple of the raid music. Oh man, this makes me wanna keep doing every single dungeon and do everything just to collect all the orchestron scrolls so I can listen to all the music. Oh my god. Oh my god. Do I have one of my favorite raids in here? Do I have the song? I got it. Where is it? Promise shattered. Locust Rise is there. Metal is there. Sky Burns is pretty good. Yeah, let's do that one. As you may have noticed for yourself already, this island receives a dreadful amount of sunlight. I expect that desirable for growing crops. If cultivation is your sort of thing, I suggest you speak with my subordinate, the producer. There's a producer to produce. Where is he? Oh, just over there. Okay. Oh, he's up top. Okay, I see. Cowrie exchange. Purchase items with seafarer cowries. Got it. Okay, so this is where you can get some extra stuff. Okay. Oh god, there's a lot of stuff you can get here. You can even get some materia. Nice. You can get some materia, you can get some dyes. Interesting. You can get some blueprints. Oh. Oh, that's a minion, right? Yeah, yeah. Wait, is that a minion or is that a... interesting. Ponytails. Fuzzball. Well, that's a minion. This is an accessory, I think. Okay, so there's a couple mains, a couple cosmetic stuff you can unlock here. What about this guy here? Export materials. I'll give you a couple stones because I don't need them. Island carries. So these are the other stuff you can get. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Island Sanctuary is pretty dope. What sort of business here? Look at me, that grass is quite green. I've noticed that you're gonna ask me to clear the area, aren't you? Clear the ridge. Oh well, right then. Let's get this over with. Look at me, jumping off assignment, a fault of programming to be sure. Anyway, are you happy now? There's the cropland. I've even got some seeds for you to sow. Once they've been planted, make sure to water them. Oh, if you have any questions, I suppose I can answer them. Oh, so I have to enable so. So there we go. Then I have to plant some seeds here. Oh wait. How do you must select an item first? Oh wait, this seed. Okay. Plant. There we go. We're playing Harvest Moon. No, are we playing Harvest Moon or Final Fantasy? I'm confused. Or are we playing Animal Crossing? Is this Animal Crossing or is this Final Fantasy? I'm confused now. Which game am I playing? Okay, now I have to go with water mode. Perfect. Okay, yeah, you can tell if they were watered. That's good. You can kind of tell if they were watered. There we go, perfect. Can you hear that? The sound of burgeoning life, budding in the soil. Me neither, but I thought I'd ask. Anyway, you're welcome to plant more seeds whenever you like. I know how that works. Speak with the furball again. Been all of 5 minutes and you've already had your fill of telling the line. What productive little bee you are. You'll surely make fast friends with the creature comforter. In that subject of mine, you'll find the Chris fellow standing across from the producer. Hey there, friend. Are you ready to build a home for your home little animals? Yes. Good to see you, friend. Good to see you. We've built a nice little pasture here, but as you've obviously noticed, we've got no animals to put it in. That's why I've prepared some small nets for you, which will let you catch smaller critters. Word of advice, be gentle with the animals out there, and they'll treat you the same. Before you go, if you have any questions concerning the pasture, I'm always happy to answer them. So now I'll be able to capture the animals. With the capture mode, we'll capture a wild animal. Alright, so let's go to capture and put the net. And time to go get some animals. Okay, so the animals roam pretty much everywhere, so let's go. Let's try to catch a no popo. Yes, caught a Napopo. I catch that one? Yes. Oh, what? It ran away. Aw. You can't feed animals. Alright. So with the feed... Hello, Popo. Oh, I have to select an item. Okay, there we go. Sweet feed. Aha! Report the creature conforter. Alright. You did it, I'm proud of you. If an animal has been fed, looked after by its vet, yes. Perfect. Now we can speak with the furball again. You finished with the pasture already? Very good, very good. Let's see, perhaps next you can use all the materials you're getting from the animals and cropland. You could make a workshop and craft Isleworks, handicrafts. That's a fine name. Lest you worry, you need not concern yourself with the crafting. Nay, I'll make my subordinates do it. I enjoy watching them suffer. Oh, you sound pretty evil there. Request the Pelagical Pathfinder MK1 to level ground. Cut this visitation, yes. You do it. Goodbye, irksome trees and plants. Hello, vegetationless land. You can use these two plots to build a workshop, or at least that's what the furball told me to say. If you do decide to build a workshop, you'll be needing plenty of limestone, and you'll break your hatchet if you try to chop a rock with it, so you should probably make a hammer. So the materials you'll need to build the workshop beats me. So I have to craft a hammer, huh? Okay. I can craft a hammer, okay. How do I craft it? Got my hammer. Now we need to get more materials. I need to get island logs, I need to get slabs of limestone. Okay. Back to foraging. Some logs. Okay, I need to find some limestones. There's more over there. see who built the workshop. I liked how the place looked before anyway. I suppose you can have a team of mammoths craft stuff now. If you have them sell the items they craft, they should be a valuable source of crownies. Cowries. Alright, so now... Vision realize, yes. Perfect. Speaking of delicious furball. Interesting. Wow. Oh wow, you have this, you can schedule stuff there too. Nice. Interesting. So you can order stuff there. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. Well, we completed everything. Well, we've got unlocked everything that we could unlock so far in Island Sanctuary. Island Sanctuary is a pretty dope minigame. See you guys next time on Final Fantasy XIV Online.